Hello guys, so welcome to this English video series about syllable stress. As you can see, today we are at part 2. So if you missed the first one, go to watch it before catching this one so really understand this notion, okay? Well, today we'll see some rules to know where to put the stress for each word. So let's get started and stay tuned. Rule number 1. If your word has one syllable, the stress will be on that syllable. If your word has only one syllable, the stress is of course on that syllable. But exceptions are made up for function words with one syllable, okay? We have some examples for function words. We have determiners, a, and, the, my, your, his, etc. Auxiliary verbs, am, can, have, was, were, has, had, will, etc. Prepositions, for, from, by, of, to, at, in, etc. Pronouns, you, he, she, we, etc. In conjunctions, in, as, or, but, if, etc. That, etc. Okay? So these words are generally not stressed. But for words containing only one syllable, it doesn't really matter, because you don't have any other syllable from which you'll need to differentiate them. I mean, then which you'll need to make them louder, higher, and clearer, okay? So now let's go for rule number 2. Rule number 2. If a noun or adjective has two syllables, the stress is normally on the first syllable, okay? So we have some examples. For nouns, at first we have human, human. Okay, it is a two-syllable word. The stress is on the first syllable, okay? Difference, difference. Table, table. Worker, worker. Contest, contest. Present, present. Country, country. Sentence, sentence. Carpet, carpet. Doctor, doctor. Picture, picture. Beauty, beauty. Water, water. So for two-syllable words that can function both as nouns and verbs, when they function as nouns, the stress is on the first syllable. For example, worker, contest, present. But when they function as verbs, the stress is usually on the second syllable, okay? So you'll see that soon. So we note a list of common exceptions for you, and you can also notice we gave you more exceptions than words for the rule, just because the exceptions are more difficult to find out, okay? Well, you just need to keep the rule in mind and try to remember the exceptions, okay? So by practicing, you'll be able to do it. And the good news is that even if you didn't know anything about the rule or the exceptions, you were already used to pronouncing the stress correctly with many of these words, okay? So let's see the exceptions. We have result, result. The stress is on the second syllable. Exam, exam. Success, success. Idea, idea. Hotel, hotel. Routine, routine. Support, support. Reward, reward. Award, award. Advice, advice. Supply, supply. Design, design. Campaign, campaign. Guitar, guitar. Event, event. Excuse, excuse. Surprise, surprise. Bouquet, bouquet. So there's something I want you to notice. So here we say beauty, water, so the T is pronounced as a fast D. But here we say hotel, routine, guitar, okay? We don't pronounce it the same way. Well, the T is often pronounced as a fast D when it is between two vowel sounds, but if the stress is on it, we cannot do it. So here, the stress is on the first part. We say beauty, water, okay? Okay, we can pronounce it as a fast D, but here we cannot do it because the stress is on the second part where the T is, okay? We say hotel, routine, guitar. So we'll make an entire video just to talk about the T sounds, okay? Well, let's go for adjectives now. We have happy, happy, rainy, rainy, ugly, ugly, useful, useful, lovely, lovely, fancy, fancy, formal, formal. Okay, so we also note a list of common exceptions for you, which are exact. Okay, the stress is on the second syllable. Okay, exact, direct or direct, correct, correct, polite, polite, afraid, afraid, alike, alike, asleep, asleep, and alive, alive. So now let's go for rule number 3. Rule number 3. If a verb has two syllables, the stress is usually on the second syllable. Okay, so let's see some examples. We have prevent, prevent, present, present, contest, contest, become, become, succeed, succeed, forget, forget, decide, decide, excuse, excuse, arrive, arrive, repeat, repeat, converse, converse, explain, explain. So we have some common exceptions we note for you. Okay, you have travel. Okay, as I said, you just need to keep the rule in mind and memorize the exceptions. Okay, you have travel, travel, answer, answer, borrow, borrow, carry, carry, study, study, mother, mother, master, master, happen, happen, finish, finish, practice, practice, notice, notice, listen, listen, marry, marry, copy, copy. So let's go for rule number 4. It's also the case for prepositions with two syllables and the reflexive pronouns. Okay, let's go for prepositions at first. We have between, between. Okay, that means it is on the second syllable. Okay, between, behind, behind, before, before, among, among, about, about, within, within, around, around, beside, beside, besides. Okay, it will still be on the second syllable. Okay, inside, inside, outside, outside, across, across. So we have an exception, which is after, after. Okay, it is on the first syllable. So let's go for reflexive pronouns. We have myself, myself, yourself, yourself, himself, herself, ourselves, etc. Okay, so now let's go for rule number 5. Rule number 5. In 3 syllable words ending in ly or er, the first syllable is normally stressed. Okay, let's see some examples. For ly at first, we have usually. So it ends in ly. The stress is on the first syllable. We say usually, usually, instantly, instantly, silently, silently, happily, happily, normally, normally, recklessly, recklessly. So we have some exceptions we note for you, which are exactly. So the stress is on the second syllable. Okay, correctly, correctly, directly, directly, politely, politely. Let's go for er now. Manager, manager, publisher, publisher, carpenter, carpenter, character, character, gardener, gardener, prisoner, prisoner, programmer, programmer. So we have an exception, which is computer, computer. Okay, the stress is on the second syllable. Okay, computer. So let's go for our last rule for today, which is rule number 6. If a longer word is made from a shorter root word, then the stress is generally in the same place as the root word. Okay, so we have this word comfort as a root word for these other words. Okay, so you'll still find it in the other words. Okay, you find it here: comfort, 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 comfort. That is why they consider it as a root word for these other words. Okay, so where the stress is for this word, it will remain in the same place for the other words. Okay, it is uncome, it will still be uncome. Okay, we have comfort, we'll have comfortable, comfortable, comforting, comforting, uncomfortable, uncomfortable, comfortably, comfortably, comforting, comforting. So it's also the same thing for happy, happily, happiness, unhappy, unhappily, unhappiness. Okay, so thanks for watching. It's the end of the video. I'll see you in the next videos. Subscribe if you don't do it yet to know when the other videos are out. Well, you can also share the video to help some other people. Thanks a lot. Bye. I'll see you in the next videos.